Hello there. What is going on, everyone? Seldom am I ever more happy to say hello there than when getting ready to unbox an Obi Wan Kenobi based expansion or any kind of content with Obi-Wan in it. What's going on, everyone? Today we are going to be unboxing and assembling the Hello There Squad Pack for Star Wars Shatterpoint. We're going to be talking about everything that comes in this pack. And also, we're going to put all the cards together. We'll look at all the unit cards and the, all of their stance cards as well. And this is going to be more than just Obi Wan Kenobi, because it is also going to be the 212th and Commander Cody as well. So we're going to be getting some clones. We're going to be getting Clone Commander Cody and General Obi Wan Kenobi for our Star Wars Shatterpoint. If you guys are new here to the channel, we do giveaways. We have a Discord. We got links for social media in the description below, so I'd love to have you stick around. Also, we are thanking our sponsor today, Luxury Playstyle. Amazing full metal tokens. These are awesome tokens, folks. They are compatible with games like Star Wars Legion. They are tokens compatible with games like Star Wars X-Wing. The damage counters are great options for Star Wars Shatterpoint. If you want to check any of these out, they make great Father's Day gifts. They just make great gifts all around for any of your Star Wars gamers. Even in Magic the Gathering tokens they have. Check them out. Use code Crabbok VIP. You're going to save 15% off your order. Definitely check those out, and hopefully you enjoy them. All right, so with all that being said, let's go ahead and start getting this pack opened up. It is the Hello There pack for Star Wars Shatterpoint. Now, these I was surprised that that these expansion packs were kind of on the expensive side. They were about $50, and that's a lot for an expansion for a game. And so you think about, well, I'm not just getting Obi Wan Kenobi, because I kind of looked at this as, hey, I want Obi Wan Kenobi, so it's $50 for Obi Wan Kenobi. But I'm not just getting Obi Wan Kenobi. I'm also getting 2 clones. I'm also getting Cody. So I'm getting 4 different characters for $50. So that's like what, like $12.50 per person. So it doesn't seem so bad if you think about it like that. But yeah, it is definitely something to think about. So we've got this. We've got our sprues. We've got this. We've got all the cards here. So let's take a look at this, and then it's our little credits page, and we aren't going to have any build instructions on here. All right, so we have our bases here. As we have 4 characters in here, we're going to get 4 bases. We also have our sprue. We can take a closer look at the sprue here. We can see we've got Obi Wan Kenobi right there. We've got his face. We got some basing materials for folks that are going to be putting them on this. I'm going to try and hopefully not to use any of these basing materials. We've got Cody. Looks like Cody with helmet and without helmet right there. So that's going to be cool. One of the cool things when I think about stuff like this, when I see like, oh, I see they have Cody standing on this thing. Well, that'll be fine, because I will just see if I can have him standing on his helmet instead of standing on a rock, which might be weird for have him standing on his own helmet, but I don't care. I'm going to try it. We'll see if I can make it work. Maybe not. Might not be able to do it. I don't know. All right. And we've got more clone bits over here. This phase 2 helmets. And some long-range rifles on these guys. So pretty cool stuff. We have all of our cards. We got our order cards for Obi-Wan, Cody, and our the 212th. I always get their numbers mixed up. Yeah. And then we're going to take a look at the unit cards. It's also important to know that this is a multilingual pack, so we've got lots of other cards for all the different stuff. And you can see Obi-Wan's hello there, and lots of different languages. Salut à toi, que tal? We've got hello, we get denso. God, I don't know that one. I probably murdered that one. And the Witachi, which is cool. So if you wanted to practice saying hello there in lots of different languages, you have all the extra cards, and it's a lot. This is all the extra stuff, but I have all the. I'm gonna be only taking a look at the English stuff. That's the only one that hopefully I don't murder quite as bad as the other languages. All right, so starting off with General Obi Wan Kenobi. He has 10 health and 3 stamina. He is 8 squad points. He only gives you 3 force points, and he is a primary unit, which I guess is pretty standard. He's going to have hello there, which is going to be a really cool one. It lets him do a jump. I mean, again, a lot of the Jedi have some type of movement-based ability for force, so this way you can potentially double move in an action. But in his case, if he does it, he gets 3 dice to his next attack roll during this activation. So he might want to do this first instead of a normal move. I love the idea of like spending a force for an extra, for an extra attack, or for 3 extra dice. That's pretty awesome. So very cool. He's got so uncivilized. It also is going to be a force of response. When a character in this unit is targeted by a ranged attack, this unit may use this ability. He gains a hunker. After the attack is resolved, if the attack roll contained 1 or more blocks, they're going to suffer 3. So it's kind of like a deflect, but he gives him a hunker, and so he's got really good ranged defense. Really good, and he's doing 3 damage right back to them, which is awesome. Or I should say ranged counter offense, right? So I love it. And good ranged defense because he's getting a free hunker token, which is awesome. And since they changed the rules to where you need a hunker token to benefit from cover, now that's going to be very cool. He has patience. When you reveal his order card, if you have an order card in reserve, you may put that card on the top or bottom of your order deck. If you do, put this unit's order card in reserve. So he's letting you do a bunch of crazy stuff. He's really giving you some order control, and that's awesome. When this unit's order card is put in reserve, 1 character in this unit may heal 3 times and jump. So you want to go later with him, but you want his card to come up sooner. So this, oh my gosh, he's so cool. He's so cool. I love it. It's so thematic, and I feel like he's going to be one of the coolest characters ever, and I absolutely love him, and he's great. And of course, I love Obi Wan Kenobi. And he's got knowledge and defense. Allied units do not lose their hunker tokens when they become engaged, and can gain and have hunker tokens while they are engaged. So normally, of course, he wouldn't be able to. When an Allied Galactic Republic unit has 1 or more hunker tokens, it adds a die to its defense rolls against melee attacks as well, which normally you don't do because normally you can't have them in melee attacks. After an attack targeting a character and a Galactic Allied Republic unit is resolved, that character's unit may remove all of its hunker tokens. If it does, a character in that unit may heal for each hunker token removed. Then each character that healed may dash, which is that's crazy. This is so much. It's so tactical, and it fits into what this game is trying to do so very well. He may be the greatest character of all time in Star Wars Shatterpoint. Let's take a look at his stances. Form for Ataru. I think this is a slightly more attack-oriented stance. It starts right here. Even though you do have this one right here, it's going to start right here. It's going to be 7 dice melee, 6 dice for defense against either. He has the clone armor here. He can turn crits into misses. Not just crits into hits, but he can turn crits into misses, which is actually really nice. The lightsaber was pretty standard. That's not bad. If you get 4, you're getting 2 crits and 2 hits. So pretty cool stuff. He's going to be pushing on his first 1, 2, which is a big deal. He pushes on the first one. He can push 3 times. If you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you get 5 successes, he can push 3 different times. If you don't want to do that, he's got a lot of options here between damage, tokens, and mobility for himself, plus pushing. So very cool stuff. If we flip that over to the Soresu Mastery, he has a lot more healing on this one. A lot of healing options. He can heal right at the beginning. Down here he can heal. He can also push too, but he's not really as focused on pushing. He's focused on staying alive. I don't know if he really needs to heal that much with 3 stamina. If he really needs to heal that much, because there's no way he's gonna die. But I think it's about healing other people as well, which is something that some of the Jedi at least are interested in doing. He only gets 5 dice in melee here, a little bit less defense die for ranged attacks. The clone armor isn't quite as great as it was before, but again, this is more of the support Obi-Wan rather than the Obi-Wan going into to kill everybody. So pretty cool stuff. All right, so let's look at Cody next. First off, Cody does have your reminder icon here, so we're going to be doing something as soon as he activates. And this is actually one of the best starting activation abilities I've ever seen. We've got a big problem at the start of this unit's activation. Choose an enemy character within 5 that's contesting an active objective. They're going to gain the exposed condition, which is just awesome. He doesn't have to take an action for that. It's just boom. Oh, so whoever he ends, and he probably is going to end up attacking them, but he doesn't have to. But that does mean that he is going to be able to make sure that they don't use defensive expertise, which means if he wants to, he can make sure his hits go through, or you can use him to just maneuver around and attack somebody else and keep that exposed on them for the next attack. But then again, there's always a chance that somebody else could get close and heal them and take that off. So kind of expect to use this a lot for Cody's attack. He's got defensive maneuver. He can give somebody else. Each character in this unit may dash and gain a hunker, which is nice, but it costs a force to do that. He's got Say Goodnight Clankars. He's going to have Sharpshooter 2, and they won't benefit from cover. So this is going to be really, really nice. If he does, we've got a big problem. He takes a focus and then takes a shot. He's going to be adding 3 dice, 2 extra, Sharpshooter 2 to a ranged attack, plus the 1 for a focus. So he'd be adding 3 dice to his attack. And not only are they not going to benefit from cover, they're not going to benefit from their defensive expertise. So really effective sniper, but he's going to have to stay put. So it means to really maximize his usability, you're not going to be able to move him very much. Fortunately, the Republic has lots of other ways to let their allies move, so that's pretty cool. Bring it down. That's why I want to pair Rex and Cody together, because they feel like they're going to work pretty well like there. Bring it down when an allied clone trooper supporting character within 4 that has 1 or more hunkers makes a ranged attack as part of a combat action. It may re-roll up to 2 of its miss results. This is the only re-roll result mechanic that I've seen in the game so far. So Cody seems like he's just a superstar, honestly. He doesn't have 2 sides to his combat card, so we're just going to be looking at the 1 stance here, and that's going to be concentrated firepower. Now he is going to be rolling 6 for melee and 6 for ranged. He has range 5. He's going to have 4 defensive dice. Not average kind of defensive expertise. Not particularly great melee expertise. Fairly decent ranged expertise. He doesn't start to really lose anything until he gets a 3. Then he loses 1. But yeah. So if you roll 1 or 2 expertise, you're perfect. You're golden. So he's but he can do a good amount of damage. He can stop you from moving, which is going to be his second one. He can do 2 pushes and then do a free action for defensive maneuver potentially, if you want to do that. It's important to note that this is if you get one of these symbols, if you've already done defensive maneuver, you can't do it twice. But this is a good option for if I've focused and shot, and then I get to do another action. Although so pretty cool stuff. Or you can just go the bottom route, which is a lot more damage oriented, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage, potentially 3 more if they take an action or they're not healed. So pretty cool stuff. All right, next is the 2 12th clone troopers. They got 7 health and 2 stamina. They have the defensive maneuver, so they can take a dash and then gain a hunker. They can have coordinated fire when another character in an allied Galactic Republic unit makes an attack as part of a combat action. Before dice are rolled, this unit may use this ability. If they're within 5, the character in this unit, the target of the unit can't move. So that's a pretty nice one to give them the I forget the name of that one off the top of my head, but that's the thing where their next move action they don't move. So that's nice to kind of hold somebody in place. Brothers in Arms, when they have 1 or more hunker tokens, they have Steadfast. So again, Steadfast is the thing that stops you from being pushed for the first push in a particular combat tree. For their stance, they have Bullseye Training, which they kind of have to get 4 successes in order to really get their high damage potential. Otherwise, they're just okay. But still, they can push with only 2 hits, which is not bad, or 2 successes. 6 dice for ranged, 4 dice for melee, so definitely they want to stay at ranged. Only 4 and 3 for defensive dice. Pretty typical expertise charts. They can pinned is the name of that condition. They can pin you down at 1. They can push you at 2. They can expose you at 3, and then they got 4 damage on the 4th one. So a total of potentially 6 damage if they can get all 4 hits in. But still, they're not spectacular. But they're a support unit, and I mean they cost 4 points, whereas Cody is also 4 points, and of course that does work together with Obi-Wan's 8 points. There we go. So that is what we have for the 212 and Cody and Obi-Wan. I'm gonna go ahead and put all these guys together now. Let's go ahead and put these minis together. We can see how they look. All right, so we've got everybody put together now. Here's Obi Wan Kenobi. I didn't put any of the basing material. So his feet went flat on the basing there, which was pretty good. It was nice and convenient, and you have the option to put the basing materials on there if you want, but I'm going to be doing my own basing, so I'm going to try not to break stuff in the middle of filming, because this is what happens. Funny thing about the clone troopers, while they're like labeled C and D on the sprue, I think this one here, like one of his legs, was actually labeled D, at least on mine. So it's just a reminder. I might have misread it. It's possible. It's kind of late at night when I'm filming this. But the point is always dry fit your legs and stuff. Make sure everything fits ahead of time. So if you are putting your 2 12th clones together, be aware that you might have some of the legs marked D when one of them needs to go to clone C. So that was the thing. But pretty nice, pretty well done clones here. Simple enough. I really like this guy's pose. I love that. He's kind of got that aggressive kind of pose. And ended up doing some cool stuff with Cody. So I did stand him on the helm instead of the other piece. Now, in order to make this work, I had to use this particular base, because I didn't want him leaning too far forward or too far back, and I wanted the millimeters to align just right. So by standing him on the slightly raised portion of this particular base with the raised kind of back, it made the whole thing kind of line up. So I could have him standing on the helm, and it gives me a lot more flexibility on how I want to do things. Plus, I always just thought it'd be cool to do that. So I was hoping from the artwork on the box that I'd be able to make this work, and it looks like it's working. It's not going to be super stable, but I think it'll work out just fine. Because of the helmet and everything, I clipped it. I didn't make it super flat on the bottom, because I'm going to put some like muddy stuff on the terrain that will help it stabilize it all that much more once it all dries and stuff. So that's how Cody's looking. Yeah, cool stuff. All right, that is going to do it for the Hello There Squad pack. Hopefully you like this video. If you want to see more stuff like this, we're going to be doing more Star Wars Shatterpoint unboxings, more Shatterpoint previews, battle reports, all kinds of good stuff like that, plus content for lots of other games. Check out, click the subscribe button, click the bell for alerts, like the video, share the video, all that good stuff. It all helps out. And you can check the links in the video description if you want to join our Discord, as well as, Facebook, Twitter, all that other good stuff. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are absolutely amazing and help make this channel possible. Thank you for your continued support. I will talk to you later. May the Force be with you. Live long and prosper. Hello there. Goodbye there. And have a fantastic rest of your day.